Hello, ladies and
Hello.
gentlemen. How
Hello.
y'all doing today?
This is Wise Old Bastards here. I think we're wise old bastards anyway.
With the emphasis
Getting
on
older.
old.
Wow.
We're
That's
having
different
different-
today.
Usually can't get the music today. I can't stop the music.
It's not a dance show. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
I guess we're gonna have a little background music all the way through. I tell you, I'm
Turn it
gonna,
off, huh?
no, we'll even turn off today. Boom. Anyway,
Oh,
there you go. I did something else. I think today,
Yep.
we just talked about this before going on there. Why don't we talk about karma?
Okay.
Want to talk about karma?
Yeah,
Is karma
sure.
a bitch?
Karma's your bitch.
Make karma your bitch, then you're right.
Make.
I mean,
Yeah. No,
karma.
I-
What goes around comes around.
Yep.
You reap what you sow.
Yep.
Blah 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 blah.
Yep.
Is any
Live
of that
by-
real?
Of course. Must be. They did a TV show called My Name is Earl. Must be real.
Oh, there you go. My name is Earl. Yeah.
Has to be real. I love that
that
show.
was a pretty funny show.
I know it's good.
But I don't know.
like
Does karma kind of then edge on into like almost like religion? Like okay, if I'm a certain flavor of Christian, I'm not going to go around shooting people because I think Jesus would be unhappy with me. Is
Yeah.
karma like, okay, if I do something shitty, the universe or Jesus or somebody's going to come and whack me? Does
Yeah.
that bring it into the whole religious world by karma?
Not so sure how much religion it is, but yeah, I mean, religion is a big part of life. So if you believe in most religions are supposed to believe in doing good for people. It
What?
doesn't
Which
always
ones?
happen. Yeah, I don't know.
Which ones
None
believe
of them
that?
seem to actually implement those things, I
It's
think
a management
Buddhism's-
problem.
Yeah.
It's not the
Buddhism's
boss, it's the
probably as close
management.
as you can get. Yeah. So, but I mean, there is always that other main saying: if you live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. Okay, that's a karma thing. It's just natural thing. If you're going to do a lot of shit in your life, you're probably going to get shit back. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
but
just inevitable.
I think I'm not sure about this because live by the sword, die by the sword. All right. What if I'm a duke, an earl, some knight on a horse way back when, and I got a sword and I'm romping around and you're a fucking peasant and I whack you, I lop your head off. So I live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Yeah,
You didn't do
but eventually, those peasants are going to get together with their pitchforks and stab you to death or some shit. So,
Well, I'll take away the
no.
pitchforks. I make them work on their hands and knees, use their fingernails to claw the ground out and
Yeah.
plant their shit. How's that? Now what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Throw mud
Yeah.
at me? Ooh.
Probably bury you in mud with a shovel or something. Some guy
Okay,
has
well
something.
then pave over their land first,
Yeah.
and say, no, then they can pry out chunks of the pavement and throw it at me. Ah, oh yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. It's just not going to work. But that I don't know the reverse side. If you do good all your life, okay, do you really reap a whole lot of rewards, or you end up with shit sometimes? I mean, do good. You're supposed to receive good, right? If you do good for somebody, you're supposed to get something back good from somebody else. And
But you
is
get that
true?
old no good deed goes unpunished happens too, though, right?
Yeah, sometimes that one is a good question, but I do believe. I mean, personally, for my life, if I feel I'm doing bad, I don't feel good, so I think it'll come back to me anyway somehow. But my wife is shit. She's a big believer of karma, but I don't know how it really works. So she's also believing in feng shui a lot too. So that's another one. But it's not exactly karma. It's just if I decorate my house properly, all the good fortune will come into my life. That's so the whole universe revolves around how you decorate your house and the chi that's flowing around your house. So, but that's not karma. That's different.
Yeah.
Does other cultures have karma? I think this came kind of from, is it an Indian kind of thing, philosophy, or just Where did it come
Well, I
from?
mean, maybe the word karma is maybe an Indian or
Sounds
Eastern
Indian.
religious term of some kind, but I think the general concept is fairly universal.
Hmm.
I mean, like karma, so laws are just trying to codify karma, right? So we're trying to figure out the
Yeah.
degree of I do something,
Hmm.
how much
Yeah.
karma am I going to get whacked with? Right? Actually, that's all you really need
Thank
is
you.
you need the karma
Actually,
handbook
that's a
like
good
that.
point.
It's like the law. So, okay, Kevin, he owes me $50 and he pissed me off. I think I'm going to go flatten his fucking tires. Let me look it up here.
Yeah.
Oh no, if I do that, then he can come and smash my windshield. Oh shit, I'm not doing that one. How about I'll look at this one over here? If I just say ooh, all you can say is fuck you back. So that's not so bad. We'll stick with that one. Ooh.
It works.
But I guess see it works. But I guess that
Actually,
basically
I never
so
thought about that.
laws basically are just codified karma.
Yeah.
We're trying
That's
to make
interesting.
trying to call karma into
law
existence.
is karma, but right now in the U.S. there's no good karma. Everything's fucked up in the justice system. So that is a good point. I mean, what will come through laws?
But it's there is something about like that too, though. They say with karma. So if I don't believe in laws, I can't really just step away from that. All right.
No.
I said, no, you can't arrest me for shooting people because I don't believe in law. Oh, damn it. I'm sorry, boss. He doesn't believe in law, so I guess he can walk, right? Yeah, okay. All right. Oh, damn it. Let's get the next guy. No, but if you don't believe in karma, you can do like a Bernie Madoff.
Well, the law
but he got whacked.
I think that's part of
that's
the
law whacked him. Was that karma whacking him or the law?
By the law or whacked by somebody? It doesn't have to be physical. You could end up in jail, like you said. The law is basically a form of karma. That's a good point. If you get caught again.
Well, but does having does being less believing? Oh, my England broken today. Does believing less in karma give you an advantage in situations like in the corporate world? If I'm going to backstab and step on people on my way up the corporate ladder because I don't give a shit about karma, I'll make it further up the ladder, most
catch
likely.
Up to you if you do backstabbing too many. But I guess some people will get away with it. But that's not good business ethics. It's just if you treat your customers bad, you get them one time maybe, but you don't get repeat customers and stuff usually. So no, I mean, to me, karma goes into business as well. I think you really have to treat your customers really well and make sure you do what needs to be done for your customers. If not, they can revolt. Uh-oh. No, making money.
All this time I've been cheating them poor fuckers. It's not good for business.
Yeah.
Why didn't somebody tell me this? God damn it! Someone should tell me this.
Like The Simpsons. But no, it's what comes around goes around, right? So I think you really have to treat everybody like you want to be treated, and that goes back to the religious stuff, I don't know. Karma's a bitch, man. I think so.
Karma can be a bitch, but can you sidestep it? I mean, I think we all know. Yeah. Everybody knows dicks, right? A dick, a dingus, and does it really? If they don't give a shite, does any karma-inducing activity just bounce off them? Like, I don't give a shit. It doesn't, I'm gonna. Every time I go to the coffee shop, I'm gonna just step in front of the line, and I'm gonna go get. I'm not gonna wait in line. Go jump the queue and get my coffee. And most people are just going to grumble. They're not going to actually. What do you do? You can't throw a coffee at the guy because you're still stuck in line. You don't have a coffee.
Yeah, true. But
I can't even throw an empty cup. But all my cup. All you can do is fuck you, man.
Ooh, that could happen. It would be bad.
Ooh. Wow, karma is a
But,
bitch.
yeah, I mean that
It's like,
reminds me of the McDonald's thing.
all
One
he
time,
did
there
was
was
step
one
in
lady
front of you
went
in
up to
line, so it took
McDonald's
you
drive-thru
32
and
seconds longer to
Hey,
get your
this
coffee,
is
and you're going to
again
scald
justice.
this fucker and put him in
Is
the
this really
hospital.
karma?
Oh, wow.
So she ordered hot
Wow.
coffee. They gave it to her. She spilled it on her lap, and she sued McDonald's for like $300,000 because the coffee was hot. It was like, fuck, you ordered hot coffee, you spilled yourself, yet McDonald's has to pay you. So we're infotainment too, but we're not really info. Yeah, watch us. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Of course.
Well,
of
only
course.
if
A truth. The wise
if
old
something
bastards
happened to her
bullshit.
after that
Of course.
300 grand
And
she
we're
got.
always right,
And then,
right? I mean, we know war sucks. Okay, you heard it here. Politics sucks. They're idiots. There was this one politician we weren't supposed to talk about politics. But I had to bring somebody. I just saw this. Somebody, not senator, sorry, some representative in Ohio. I think it's probably a state thing. Was just elected Somalian, and he did his whole speech in Somali, the Somalian language, is like his acceptance speech or something. It's like, okay, why
well, I
would you
guess,
like this
different
guy?
cultures
Doesn't even
handle a little differently, right? Like the
represent
difference
the people he's
between
talking to
guilt and
in
shame.
his acceptance
Right?
speech
So
to Somalia.
in Western
it's not like
culture
he's running
and
for Somalian cabinets.
in the
man.
Christian
He's
tradition,
freaking in
especially like the
Ohio.
Catholic
It's
kind
like,
of tradition,
what?
guilt is what's supposed to be kind of keeping you on the rails. You feel
How?
guilty that you did something,
There's that
so you
big
go
of a
tell
community?
some dude in a black suit,
Shit.
"Oh, sorry, dude, I did this. Is it
Yeah.
okay?" And he says it's okay, and
I
then you
don't
go do it
either.
again next week. So I'm not really sure how that all works and why guilt is the thing, but it keeps you from getting too far. You
Yeah.
only have a week's worth,
Yeah.
you know. If you can't remember everything you've done in the week, oh shit, then you
It
can't do
better
it
be
anymore.
in
'Cause
that
that's all
kind
you
of
can remember.
language.
You got to go tell someone to get a jail free card.
Right. of
But in a
course.
lot of
Yeah, if
Eastern
you want-
cultures, like Japanese
Yeah.
culture, it's
Yeah.
shame more than
Yeah.
guilt, right?
Yeah.
So it's like the difference would be like if
Yeah.
2 a.m. you're on in the suburb of a town and you come up to a red
Yeah.
light, you're driving,
So,
right?
Will that come
And
back to
there's
bite him? Will that
nobody
be
around.
karma?
Nobody. You can see 3
When the whole
miles
world
every
knows, or
direction.
the
There's
whole
no
United
danger.
States
You've already
knows that
stopped.
this guy is
No
not
one behind
really
you. You're
a
the only
proper
person for 100
politician, and
miles.
he's just out there self-serving.
Guilt
and-
is why you
and
sit there and wait till
a
it
Somalian
it
agenda
turns
in
green.
Ohio.
That's internalized. Shame is
Don't think
if
so.
nobody sees me do it, it's no fucking problem. So you just over here, and you don't feel guilty about it. You only feel shame if you're driving. Oh shit, that guy saw me.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh no. I feel bad now. How do you know anybody? How do you know that man saw you? Because he turned on the fucking red and blue lights. That's why I know he saw me. Damn it. But karma, yeah, I mean, it's. I think karma. If everybody lives as if karma is a real thing, that's great.
Yeah.
It would be less. You would get
Hell
shit
no.
on less if everybody's
No.
worried about the consequences of going around shitting on people, right?
Yeah.
So that's a pretty decent construct. I think we'll keep it.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, it fucks up our lives. So, unfortunately, can't get rid of the government and all these idiot politicians. Unfortunately. Good question. Yeah, of course not.
But I guess
Yeah, to get out and vote.
if
Right.
it is partly what we see, because if you read statistics about it, violent crime is actually down from where it was in the 70s. But you see it all the time, right? And it's because it's on X, it's on YouTube, it's on your all your social feeds. You used to have to go to the 6 o'clock news
That's
to
a good
see,
question because
they had such a limited amount of time to show you stuff, it had to be a pretty serious beatdown to make it to the 6 o'clock news, right? Now it can be any kind of beating. So who knows? Beating's been going on forever, I suppose. So it's partly, I think part of it is
that's a good
that.
point.
You just see more and more of it.
How
and
would
those
you enforce that?
fucking
How do you enforce
algorithms,
mandatory
man.
voting?
Whatever
I
you're
never
watching,
heard of such a thing.
whether YouTube, X, anything you're watching, if you watch one beatdown, it'll go, oh, I think maybe this guy might be interested in beatdowns. It'll show you another one immediately. And if you're bored or you're not paying attention, you just happen to watch the second one. That's it. All you can see is beatdowns for the rest of your life. You're not going to show you anything else. It's going to be. You'll wake up thinking, "Holy shit, man! I went to the nursery to my cousin had a kid. I went to go look at the kid. The babies were beating each other down. It's like the fuck. It's like what's happening?
Yeah,
nursery brawl or something. I mean, even TikTok used to be. It was just like goofy dances. Okay, Great. It was goofy dances. It's stupid. You want to waste your time?
Yeah.
It's funny. It's like watching a dog chase a chicken around the yard. Okay, it's goofy, but it's something to watch. It's fun. Now TikTok is trying to convince you who to vote for and then who to love and who to hate. And it's like, wait a minute, what the fuck? I wanted to watch dogs chasing chickens. When did you change all the dancing to this now? Where somebody out there started another social media platform with you that's just called dogchasingchicken.com or some fucking thing.
That's fine.
It's like, that's what I want to see. I want to go, but there you go. This is weird. I'm a progressive kind of person in terms of like technology and progress, right? I like change. I like things are going. I don't like going back. I don't like looking back. I don't like
rural areas.
Going back to a place where I used to live again. Nothing like that.
Aboriginals and stuff. How do they?
I'm now nostalgic for something that I never really had, never really watched.
It's not
when the 6 o'clock news was a thing. I was a kid. I didn't give a crap.
How do they actually?
Then I left and I traveled the world, and I was never anywhere that had a 6 o'clock news, really. So I just kind of, I think like when CNN first started, that's the only news I got from back the home direction was that. And that was just kind of watching here and there, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But now that's what I want. I want a new, I hate regulations. I hate the government, but I want a new government regulation that says everybody has to, from 6 o'clock to 6:18, sit down and watch TV, and for those 18 minutes, it's going to be 6 minutes of beat downs, 6 minutes of political bullshit,
Karma's not so
3 minutes of fires and airplane crashes, and 3 minutes of
could figure out how to make
weather news, and that's
comical.
Done. All other fucking talk about beat downs and politics and religion shit is all banned. You got 18 minutes a day. You have to watch it for 18 minutes, so we all have the same. We all see the same thing. And we all see exactly the same thing, so we can then all make our own opinions on it. It's like, is this a good thing or a bad thing? We all saw the same thing, so we can all you decide from there, not other bullshit. There you go. No?
Yeah. So it's only 28 minutes today, so I think we're winding down here, a short one. Yeah. Yep.
Well, here's another business opportunity for somebody out there listening. If you want to trick me into following your point of view, you want to start a new platform of some sort, you can trick me much more easily if you have a much less shouty news platform. So anybody out there, if you want to trick me, just speak in measured civil tones and convince me. You can trick me just as badly as anybody else, but that you'll get me to listen long enough that you can trick me. But all this shoutiness, I look at anything, I scroll through and I click. I can't watch any more than like 5 or 10 seconds of most programs. Everyone's so fucking mad about shit all the time. It's like, what? Infotainment. So that's okay. Then what you guys all have to do, everyone watch and tell all your friends, if you want to know what's really going on in the world, just tell them, tune into Wise Old Bastards. We'll talk about shit. We'll tell you the truth. We'll tell you our truth. A truth. Of course. You heard it here. Well, yeah, I mean, that's like, yeah, I'm sure in wherever he was, it must have a lot of Somalis. That's how he got the vote, must be. So great. If you're, I don't know where he is or where I don't know the backstory to it, but it's like if you're bilingual and you have other traditions and stuff, fantastic, great, who cares, no problem. But your main speech in the country where you're at, if you just won something in France, then you should say it in French first, and then maybe make a few comments in another language after to say, hey, we showed Whitey, and Whitey won't know. Fuck you, I don't know what you're saying, man. But go ahead, that's fine. But you're just inviting controversy by doing that, aren't you? That would be like, oh no, that'll make no difference because that won't make it. Not that they know he's self-serving. Because I no longer believe there are any politicians anywhere of any kind of quality, and I say that with a little bit of trepidation because it's always easy to say like, oh, that's stupid. I could do it better, right? Okay, well, yeah, this guy flies the plane like shit. I could fly better. Well, I can't. I'm sure I could learn how to, but I can't right now, right? But when you talk about politics, you say, oh, they're doing this wrong, doing that wrong. I say, well, why don't you get involved in politics? If you think you see a problem, go try and make it better. Fuck no, I have no interest in getting involved. So because of that, I probably should not say anything about politics because I'm not willing to get out there and say, oh, that guy, son of a bitch. Okay, I don't want to be a politician, but I think what he just did is so wrong. I'm not going to even get off my ass and go and try and convince other people that what he did was wrong and try and change it. So if I'm not even going to do that, do I really have the right to talk that much about politics? Right? You kind of, well, what do you think about places like in Australia where is mandatory voting? Everyone has to vote. Think that's a good plan? Because right now you see like things happen and people are so polarized, and then you always have to wonder. It's like, okay, well, 52% of the people voted. Now, is that really representing everybody? It represents everybody who cared enough to go vote, but then after you didn't vote, you're like, oh, I'm so fucking mad. Or is it only the people who are so fucking mad go and vote? And if you're thinking, hey, life is not so bad. States is still the world's #1 country. Things are still pretty fucking good here. Yeah. And you don't vote because you see that outside of the news, things are nowhere near as bad as they make it sound. So you don't do anything about it. So only the people who are already pissed are the ones voting, and 52% of so 26.5% of those people voted the way you don't like. So 26% of the people in the States can decide what's going to happen. Or should you make it mandatory? Everybody has to vote. Well, Australia's had it for a long time. Canada talked about it. We all went, oh man, we can't even get off our ass to vote now. You want us to vote on a proposition of whether we should be forced to vote? Nobody showed up for that. So it's like in Canada, I don't know, now it's changing. I don't like the way it's changing. So I should get involved, but I'm not going to get involved. But politics didn't used to matter here because everybody knows all politicians are the same. They're just going to promise you 2 chickens in every pot, whatever they figure they have to tell you for the election. And then at the end of the day, the country goes along and it trundles along in more or less the same direction. Doesn't really matter who's in charge. Now we're starting to get a little shouty too. It's starting to be a little more important who's in charge because they're saying very different things. Used to everybody would say the same things in a different way, right? Now they're saying very different things. So it now makes a difference who's driving the bus, which direction it's going to go. So, shit, now we're going to pay attention to politics? Fuck, man, no one wants to pay attention to politics. We're stuck doing that shit? But how do they enforce it in Australia? I don't know. I mean, as soon as you're 18, I guess the system knows you're 18 or 19 or whatever the voting age is. And if you didn't vote, I don't know, is it a fine? I mean, you can go there and give them an empty ballot and say, I don't want to vote for any of these fucking dinguses. You can do that, but you still have to go and let your voice be heard. Sorry? Send in the army. Yeah, you vote. You vote now. Okay, boss. Which way you want me to vote? Doesn't matter. It's up to you. Okay. No problem. Which one? It's okay. Anything you want. Okay, not one. Well, sure. If we weren't so lazy, we could do a lot of editing. We could put in a whole bunch of 2, 3, 5-second videos of people cutting in line at the DMV and then getting splashed by a bus driving by the puddle of water splash as they're outside. Right? There's lots of ways we could do it, but we're not going to. Insert funny cartoon thought here. Put it your own in there. You know what it is. You guys know what's funny. You can put it in there. Yeah, all right. Wait, that'll tell us all about karma because usually we drag you guys along for a fucking hour, and it's like we're just wasting an hour of your life. And is karma whacking us? And yeah, we're only taking like half hour. See if good things happen now. Or the opposite. We used to entertain you for an hour and made your life, enriched your life, and now we're only doing it for half an hour. We're lazy and giving up fast. It's like maybe now, yeah. So yeah, it's like now because we're only entertaining you for half an hour. Now I'm going to get splashed by a bus if I walk upstairs, which would be bad news because I live inside a compound that's probably a quarter mile from the road. So if a bus comes running through my yard, that's serious ass karma, man. That's serious ass karma. They'd have to drop a bus out of a cargo plane or something here. So, what did that poor bugger do to deserve that karma? Holy shit. I mean, I want to live to 120, healthy and happy, but I got to go sometime. And when I go, I hope it's something like that. Walking down the street. You drive along and someone cuts you off and you say, "Oh, you fucker, you said no fucking if that's the way I want to go. That's it. I refuse to go until that's what can happen. I'm not going any other way. So universe, if you want me, you know what you got to do to get me. Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh. But on a happy note, okay. So we'll see how karma works out. Just any comments about karma, and hopefully we've got someone's attention enough to piss somebody off to make a comment that we're making jokes about religion, politics, whatever. As we always say, go ahead and make your comments. You know that it's. You want to say something nasty? Go ahead. We don't believe in karma, so it's not going to hurt us. Unless a cow hits me. If you don't got a cow, you can't worry me. So don't. On that happy note, everybody, thank you so much for spending some of your time with us, and we'll catch you before too long. Ciao. Bye-bye.